Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Tyler Delsack. Thanks for joining me. Today we're going to be concluding our series on backcycling for fingerstyle jazz guitar, and we're going to be discussing how to use tritone substitutions to make our arrangements sound even cooler than they already are. If you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe for more Chord-Melody fingerstyle jazz guitar lessons. Alright, let's get into tritone substitutions for fingerstyle jazz guitar. So what's a tritone substitution? Well, in order to approach that subject, it really helps to understand what a tritone is. A tritone is 3 adjacent whole steps after a parent note. So for instance, if our parent note is G, our tritone substitution would be C sharp. So let's break that down. So if we go from G and we walk up 3 whole steps, that's C sharp. Another way to think about a tritone substitution, just a tritone, is this interval here. A tritone substitution is using the tritone interval to sub a dominant 7 chord for another dominant 7th chord. So for instance, if I have a C dominant 7, I can use its tritone to play an F sharp dominant 7. And anytime I see that C dominant 7, I can use that tritone substitution instead of the C dominant 7. So as an example, if I take a 2-5-1 progression in the key of D, which is E minor 7, A dominant 7, and D major 7, I can use the tritone substitution of A to create a cool chromatic descending bass line like so. So what I just did there was an E minor 7, an E flat 7 sharp 9, and a D major 7. And that sounds great. So let's talk about adding them into our backcycling arrangements. So as a reminder, we started out like this. At the end of lesson 1, we used all minor 7 voicings to create this arrangement. In lesson 2, we transformed all of them into dominant 7s for this sound. And then we also talked about using chord substitutions to achieve more tension like so. While all that sounds great, it could even be even cooler. So today I'm going to be talking about how to change that into something that sounds like this. So let's start with our first tritone substitution. We're going to do it on our first chord, which is E dominant 7. So the tritone substitution of E is B flat. And a B flat dominant 13 chord falls neatly on this position. So let's hear what it sounds like with just that B flat 13 instead of the E dominant 7. So now that we have our first tritone substitution down, we have a couple options here. We can continue with our chromatic bass line by putting our B minor 7 in front of our B flat dominant 13. So this is what that sounds like. Which sounds great. We can also use the tritone substitution of B and achieve this sound. What that is an F dominant 7 flat 9 to a B dominant 13 to an A minor 7. All right, so now that we have our first 2 tritone substitutions down, let's finish off by exploring what we can do with our F sharp. So we have our F sharp dominant 7. The tritone substitution of F sharp dominant 7 is C. So we can use this voicing here, or we can also use this voicing here, which is a C dominant 9. And again, we have options. We can either continue with our chromatic by putting it in front of our B minor, or we can do the tritone, we can do all tritone substitutions like so. Both options sound great. Another option that we can do is use our tritone substitution on the A string to create cool descending bass lines here. So instead of using the tritone substitution for F sharp, we can just stick with the F sharp dominant 7, then use the tritone substitution of B minor 7 to achieve this sound. Again. And that sounds great as well. So over the past few lessons, we have taken 3 notes and created endless amount of chords for them. And a point that I really want to drive home is to explore these chords and mix and match. So for instance, I can use an F sharp dominant 7 like so. We can also use what we learned in lesson 2 to create more altered sounds. All right, so I think it's apparent and obvious that we have a ton of options just by using backcycling, chord substitutions, and tritone substitutions from 3 lead-up notes to autumn leaves. To practice this, I urge you to just work out as many grips and fingerings as you can, and then just improvise and use them in the moment. So that's it, guys. That concludes our series on backcycling. Thanks so much for tuning in. If you found it useful, please drop me a comment. Let me know what you think below. Like and subscribe to the channel for more chord melody arrangements in the future. Thanks again. Have a wonderful day. We'll see y'all next time.